I'm gonna head out. The mountain's right here. I'm parked over there. The wind is howling. Got my chainsaw on behind me, and I'm ready to go. All right, I'm finally riding. So let me tell you something. That was kind of tough looking for somewhere to park my truck and unload my bike. And this is kind of a wobbly road, so I'm gonna have to be careful. When I left home, it was raining real hard, but then it stopped pretty quickly. So hopefully I'm not in too big of a pickle here. I've got rain gear. I do have rain gear. This is an area I've never been before. It's really pretty. I'd say it's about a 20-minute drive from my house. That's on the freeway, so that's why I loaded up. I said I didn't have a whole lot of time to ride today because I had an appointment in the middle of this. So I loaded up my truck and found out that it was a lot harder than I thought to get a motorcycle into the back of a truck, even with a ramp. Let me check. This might be my road or not. I don't know. All right, so this road is open to the public. It's on private timberland. But at one point, there was a lookout up on top of this mountain. I've got my chainsaw with me, like I said. I'm getting to the top of this mountain. I've been kind of doing a lot of research on this area because I didn't know a lot about it, and I thought I'd say a couple things. There is a bit of a desert when it comes to information on this town and this mountain. Like, who are the Dudleys? I could find out that a couple founded the town and their name was Dudley. But who are they? Where did they come from? I don't know. Do they live there anymore? Any of the information I read, Dudleys were long gone by the time it was written. Now, these are first-hand accounts. All right, right now we're getting along. We're back into the valley of the main fork of the Coeur d'Alene River. To my right is the trail to Coeur d'Alene. It's a rail trail. I think this is more like where Dudley is. Right now I'm actually in where the town of Dudley used to be. I don't know where the store was, anything like that, but I can tell you, I can see where the bridge used to be. Just crossed the trail of Coeur d'Alene. I'll wander down to the Coeur d'Alene River real quick. I just happened to glance over here and see this thing. So here we are. You can see over there, there's some sort of structure that looks like it was probably a bridge at some point. And it comes over here. Yeah, there's a dog running around here, so I think I'm gonna head back to my bike. But the town of Dudley, everyone. Wow, it is so windy right now. I thought I was like going up the side of the mountain by the time I unloaded, and it looks like I wasn't. This mountain, you can see it from I-90. And I look at it every time I drive to Coeur d'Alene to go shopping. Mostly because they logged it pretty hard. And I've just kind of curious about the mountain. Like, what is the mountain? Why is it logged so hard? You know, it's just private timberland is what the issue is. That's nice though. It's a nice area. Holy shit, there's a blue heron. I don't know if you guys can see it. That was cool. Couldn't get my camera up. Dudley Heights. Stop. Private drive. Alright, I'll go that way. Oh, this is really pretty. I'm glad I get to share this with you guys. Like, looking at this mountain from I-90, it's not a big mountain. And I'm just like, when I read that there was... Well, first off, I saw that there was a peak on Dudley Mountain, and I was like, well, is that down by Dudley? Which is a town, like I said, like no one's heard of, but... Oh, shoot. Must be this way. Hi, how's it going? Like, when I saw Dudley Mountain, I knew it must have something to do with Dudley. The only reason I knew that Dudley's even a town is because I had an old boss who lived here I'd never been to his house or anything. I just knew he lived there. So I started looking and figured out where Dudley Mountain was. I was like, oh, that's that little, man, it's more like a hill that you can see from the freeway. And I kind of got infatuated with it and wanted to know a little bit more about Dudley. All right, looks like I'm finally going up this mountain, getting out of the valley. Well, I just made it to the top of Dudley Saddle. I gotta figure out which one of these roads I have to take to get to the top of the mountain. Hopefully it's not that one that's gated back there. And so, I'm not sure I can get to the top of this peak. I think it might be all private land, at least the main road. I am gonna try to see what I can do to get down there, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right, talk to you later. Oh man, I'm so lost. I've been on so many roads. I'm not sure even where I'm at. Like when I look at my map, it's not even showing roads where I'm at. It's been so logged and wrote it up, but no, I'm gonna keep looking. Hopefully I find something. I went definitely down into the wrong drainage at one point and had to around. I wasted probably an hour of riding trying to find this, but I mean, it's not wasted. It's fun. But anyways, hopefully we can find it soon. Well, it's coffee time. Coffee this time around is not going to be super crazy because I wasn't sure about, I was worried about lightning and rain, which I mean, I'm probably just going to get struck here if it comes anyways, but anyways, I'm off. So, like I said, I was worried about time and constraints, so brought a thermos, but I use my Mr. Coffee drip, I think. I don't know what the brand of my coffee maker is. It works all right though. I always put cream in mine. The important thing is though, is I always get whole beans. The beans I get are made by a company called Hunter Bay, and they're out of Montana, I think Helena, and they roast their beans out there. They import them from all over the world. The specific bean I like is the Big Sky Organic, and I think it's just an excellent coffee. It's a medium roast. It works great in our espresso maker. It works great in the coffee maker, and it works great for all the various types of coffee I make while I'm out running around. So anyways, I can already tell you, this is going to be a really good cup of coffee. I hit it with a little half and half before I left. Yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good out of the thermos. It's good right out of the pot. It's a really good cup of coffee. But now that we've established how good that coffee is, got a little surprise for us. And hopefully I don't give myself a stroke because of this. Stopped by Maverick and grabbed some lunch before I came out, and I found this espresso coffee shot. 40 milligrams of caffeine, add to coffee. Not for those under 18. So anyways, let's do this. I already had one explode in my pocket on the way up here. That was fun. I got a giant stain on my pants. I hope it comes out. Smells like really thick coffee. I don't know. I guess I'll use my finger. Ow, that's hot. All right. I don't know. That doesn't taste like anything. It didn't really change the flavor at all. So it's still a good cup of coffee. You hear that? Let's go have a look. All that rustling. And these aren't super common around here. You can find them in various places, but they're just kind of random in places. So we've got quaking aspen.
Quaking aspen, they're a variety of poplar. That's really all I know about them. Wait, no, I know more about them. So you'll see like a bunch of them growing together. And you'll think, oh, this is a bunch of different aspen trees growing, but it's actually one tree. Their roots go out, grow, and then they come up as trees, not just saplings. They grow up to be like humongous, giant, full-grown trees. And actually, I believe the largest living organism that's known to man is what looks like an aspen forest, but is in fact only one tree. So I'm pretty sure that mountain right there used to have a lookout on it. And we'll be visiting that this summer. You can see those cliffs way out there. Actually, you probably can't see those big cliffs out there. Oh, there's a beautiful lake out there. I think there is a mine and a old lookout on it. I'm gonna have a look. Hopefully get out there this summer too. I wish I could remember which road I'm supposed to ride to get out of here. So we'll just have to find out. It's hailing. Some crazy looking clouds above me. Okay, so what I thought was Dudley Saddle, I don't think it was. I think where I'm at right now is Dudley Saddle. I was able to find like an old road that got me around the private property, and now I'm on my way up to the top. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to show you guys where I'm going. Hopefully there's some remnants up there. Well, let's go have a look. I think this is it. I think I'm at the top. I think I finally made it. Ow, cramp. Okay, I'm at the higher point. I went right up this ridge. There's a little trail, and I'm not sure if this is where oh, it is. I found it. There it is. Wow, I can't believe it. I can't believe I made it up here. I did not think I was gonna get it up here. Oh, that's amazing. It's amazing, guys. Oh, thanks so much. Man, look at this. So I got up to this mess, Ponderosa Pines, just down. And I didn't think I was gonna, I didn't even need to get over. If I could have seen better, I would have seen that I was actually already at the top. But I came around here and I noticed this old bucket, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go park and take a look at this bucket. And I did, and then when I came back, or when I parked, I saw that, oh, I'm at the top here. And then I came over here to look at the bucket, and there's that block. Incredible. Let's see if there's anything else cool up here. Yeah, there's another, there's that cleared out spot that I kind of turned around and looked around on, and I thought, well, maybe this is it, but it wasn't. Have another one of these. There we have it, guys. We made it to Dudley Peak. You can see where this could have been a really good spot to have a lookout, because not only can you see down into the valley, and that's where all the people live, but you can also see out into Latour Creek. Oh man, that's not old. What about this? No, that's plastic. Let's see. Anything here? Did they burn it? There's no information about what happened to it, just that it was destroyed. You can see all those farms over there. And you know, you can see there's a lake over there. I think that's probably a Rose Lake. And you can see, actually, man, like I said, you can see this mountain from the freeway, and I'm looking at the freeway right now. It's crossing through a slough on the river. You can see all those farms when you drive through that area. So that would definitely be Rose Lake over there. There's the Coeur d'Alene River snaking through the valley. Well, I'm getting a little bit of weather, but I promised everyone a history lesson whenever I found a lookout. And I'm at the lookout, and we're going to talk about it. So Dudley Peak must be named for the town of Dudley below me that we rode through at the beginning of this ride. And I could not find hardly any history on Dudley, the town, or Dudley Peak. I found old pictures of log drives coming through. They must have been taking them down the Coeur d'Alene River. It was at one time a booming mining and logging town. And at various times throughout its history, notably in 1917, the ice flows, the log jams, whatever, would wipe out the bridge. There was not a really good way to get to Dudley unless you crossed that bridge. And so you'd have to go through Latour Creek when the bridge was out. Now, the last time the bridge went out was in I think it was 1954, someone said when I asked on Facebook. But what happened was not an ice jam, not a log drive, but actually a dairy truck was crossing the bridge to deliver milk to the only store in town. This bridge was built for hauling like logging trucks, you know, full of this log from the timber industry. I actually found lots of pictures of this mountain I'm on right now being logged back in the early 1900s. Now this dairy truck bridge collapsed as it was driving over. Now the driver was okay, he was unhurt, but after that they never rebuilt the bridge, and the town just dried up, and it's not really anything there, just some camping properties now. Now as far as this lookout is, you know, I thought this is such a low mountain, what a weird place for a lookout. But as we were looking around, you could see it had great views of residential areas and agricultural areas, as well as views out towards the St. Joe country and Latour Creek. The peak we're on is only 3,983 feet high. The lookout was built in 1934. It only lasted till 1950. The lookout was an L4, had a hipped roof, which means it was sloping on 4 sides, as opposed to a gabled roof where it would only be sloping on the 2 sides. Now, this was after 1930, that's when they started doing the hipped roofs on these, because they found that the gabled roofs were just too bad in the wind. Now, it was destroyed in 1950. I don't know what they did, if they burned it. I don't know if they just tore it down, relocated it. There's no information on that. Now, an L4 cab was 14 by 14, so it was big enough for a lookout to live there. So there's probably no cabin in here. The only things I actually found were the blocks, the pail, and the tin cans, and probably a garbage pit. I was digging at it, trying to get the rocks out, but it just wasn't working. The weather's coming in. I'm not going to move rocks all afternoon. And that's it for the history of the lookout on Dudley Peak. So I decided to wander around and take a look at everything, and I found this road here. I don't know if this was like the original road they used to take up here, or if they came in this side I came in. It's hard to say. You know, the road I couldn't really find on maps very well, so I'm just gonna walk it a little ways, look for anything interesting. Maybe there's something interesting. Yeah, it's Larkspur. That's easy to identify. There's lots of these yellow flowers. Let me take a look. Yeah, I don't know what those yellow flowers are. Yeah, I'm so happy I'm on top of a mountain. I've been stopping and starting so many times that my battery's pretty much dead. I keep having to bump start it. All right, so much for this road. I'm gonna go up to this ridge right here and walk back. If I find anything, I'll let you guys know. And this mountain is covered in that balsam root. It's beautiful. I'd show you something if I found anything interesting, and I did find these flattened cans. I don't know what to make of that. So right behind me is kind of a suspicious looking pile of rocks. I'm wondering if this was some sort of trash hole or something. Make sense. Or it could just be a weird pile of rocks. I have no idea. Maybe I could grub around in it, but you know, whenever I've run into holes where they dug for stuff for lookouts, it's pretty deep, but yeah. Well, I dug a little and it's feeling like some weather's coming in. Might be time to head out of here. You can see if there is something weird up there. I'll zoom now. I can't tell, almost looks like a solar panel of some sort. And yeah, there's some like ammo box up there. I don't know what that could be. Well, that's it for my ride. Thanks for coming along. I'm gonna get out of here. Got my kids' baseball practice. I'm an assistant coach and I'm gonna help them out. That was a good ride. Thanks for coming along.